All right, we're live. We're live. We're live. Last time I did it, during the play, I was like, All right, so the walk. We'll start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Barakash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers of truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect. One third, sincere listeners. Jim Serrano back again, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, known as Babylon the Great. All right. And you people know this place is wicked, man. That's why I wanted to get raptured out of here, man. You know? But you're wicked, you know, for thinking that you're so perfect, you know, thinking that you're chosen because you chose the Lord as your savior, you chose the Lord as your savior, that you were just so privileged to get beamed up out of here, man. You know, go up into the sky, and it shows you the confusion of these Christians, man, because are you gonna get beamed up or is he coming back? It's true. Which one is coming on? Yeah, you know, you guys are in a state of confusion. Yeah, okay. This is in regards to like the whole rapture thing. This is Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 18, and it says, "Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer great things, and hope for a while, for they have done wickedly, have suffered the strict thing, and yet shall not sleep for a while." Right? Because their mindset with the rapture thing, you know, it doesn't it's a doctrine that doesn't promote looking at themselves as an example. Right. They think they can just come as they are. Yeah, just continue. Yeah, the rapture understanding, it doesn't force you to look at yourself. That's one of the things, especially our community, because a lot of our people are in Christianity. It doesn't promote actually self-examination. It doesn't promote urgency. It doesn't force you to kind of look at yourself like you understand, like you're moving with a sense of urgency because we know that as it says in Habakkuk, I heard thy speech and I was afraid with all that with wrath, remember mercy is what paraphrase. And the point is like this whole rapture thing, you know, they think they can just come as they are and then so-called Jesus is going to take saying as opposed to looking at yourself, being contrite, as King David talked about, and then you know, Lord will have mercy on you. But our people don't. The last thing they look at is looking at themselves, right? We were in a messed up position because we messed up, right. That's why you see us here, elect or the elect here. We're basically confessing our sin. We're out here, our body a living sacrifice. We acknowledge our offense against the Heavenly Father. And Christians don't. You hide behind your offenses, right? Put it on Jesus and the Lord knows my heart, and I'm gonna continue doing my wickedness. You're so rebellious, right? That you'll follow the laws of the most. I mean, you'll follow the laws of this, right? The government, but the laws in the Bible, right? Yeah, you don't want to adhere to them. All right, you want to pick and choose, right? You know. What is this to the your knowledge? The what part of so the talking description for the last month. You know, for a couple. Right. You know what it tell me? The old part of the book, the excommunicate. Yeah. So how do you prove God? Right. I asked them like, how do you know which way to go? Like, how do you know what is the point? Right. They don't know. Yeah, right. Because when you ask them a simple thing like like tomorrow, diet telling them with a simple thing, yeah. Cut certain food out your diet or whatever. They say that's not biblical. You can do whatever you want. It's very disheartening talking. So it's like I just stop talking about the other stuff. It's lawless. Yeah. Yeah. That's a great point. Just imagine. That's part of the reason why talk about us viewing women spiritually from their side. So if you want to finish your husband, pick you out, you're going to get back. We're trying to get back. But it makes sense you have to change yourself in a way that's pleasing to him.
It would make sense because you did something wrong. The first thing you figure out what you did wrong to fix that, and then come along to what he's telling you to do. But like you said, these Christians don't want to do that. They just want to kind of like come as they are. Yep. And it's, hey, I'm here. I'm a whore. No, I have these diseases, and I have multiple men on the side. Like, you have to take it because, the rap.
Because I'm a woman.
Yeah, I'm a woman. Yeah,
That's it.
no, that's not how it
Same
works.
mentality.
Yeah.
The same mentality women have these days. That's a Christian mentality. So, yeah. That's why I do the church meals with women. Makes it hard. Yeah. Cater to women's ideology, with all that.
I got Habakkuk 2:2. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, and he made run that read it. So the vision made very plain. We are the ones that are supposed to put up the vision. The prophecy like laying down the highways and byways. It's very simple for you to read it because we can read it, but you might not be able to read it. So we read it for you. We'll tell you what's going to happen, right? And these Christians really didn't read, right? Either you didn't read, or the pastor, the one that's supposed to be shepherding you, he didn't read it, or he doesn't even understand what the fuck he's reading in the first place, right? So it says for the
So let's say it's that spirit that was on those reels. Yeah. You wouldn't be in this situation of selling your Ford F-150 and getting rid of your house and all these different favors. You wouldn't do that if you just ran. That's right. I'm saying you wouldn't be in this predicament if you just went according to promises. It's possible the importance of prophecies. Know what time you're in, right? Earthquakes in diverse places, these are things that match up with the scriptures. But you know what I'm saying? Like you don't read them. The whole thing of them selling their jobs, their cars, and giving away their homes, giving away their life savings. Yeah. Okay, the world's ending. Why are you giving your money away then? What's the what's the use of giving it away then? How stupid can you be? Where's that in the scriptures?
that's selfish.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not telling these other people what's going on.
Yeah.
Why are you just there? Here, take this, but you're just disappear.
Yeah.
Like I said, like one guy showed me drop somebody else. Like I told him, what's up, I should tell him something. The other boy said, no, it's like so good. Just like don't do it like share. Don't actually want to the one it's the one other more help.
Yeah. Yeah, they want everybody else to go to hell.
Yeah, not them.
Yeah.
Not them.
Yeah. It's hypocrite.
The last one it says, for the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
That's right. It's supposed to wait for it, not rush it. People trying to put a date on the return or your day of your salvation. I don't know what the hour is. Like the scripture have to hold faster. But even now. Right? So you don't have faith. You love listening. You love following out the mind. Yeah. Okay, and lies. So heresy. Exactly. All right. But you look at us like we're the heretic. They called you Hawashai a heretic. But we'll hold that label, man. Yeah. And and on the right hand side, we are the heretics to this society. Not again.
It says, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yep.
With one more, it said, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So these Christians have very private arrogance too. Very private arrogance. You got some shit, you got so many people the best, we want to know, they're going to have it, right? Yeah, and get saved, right? But it shows you they don't live by faith. Because some of them, they're doing these videos like, why do you still have your car? Why didn't you give that away too? How do you say you live in your car? Why didn't you just give it all away? Why were you holding on to something? So you're doing what that when with Peter and brother Matt's name, him and his wife, he got killed.
Oh,
yeah, they're still holding on to something. You're supposed to come in and give away everything. You didn't even do that. So you don't really believe.
Now it's that build up, man. I want to get that account. I want to get that account. Yeah. Because to show a contract, go ahead, break it down. That's what I'm saying, like when you have to tell that man, but when he's like, oh, I've given you everything, like when I was talking like pretty much on sell what you have and follow me. Yeah. And you didn't. Right. So that's the same spirit that Christians have. Like I'm saying, giving everything away, but still hold on to your house. Exactly. I thought you guys were gonna get raptured up. Yeah. And my second question, I thought you guys didn't care about the chariot, right? You don't believe in the chariot. I get up there. Exactly. Yeah. staring at. Yeah. You just the tree up. Yeah, just getting levitated up. Yeah. I see a bunch of them in the groves too. Like, yeah. The groves. That's all demonic too, man. They don't know what they're doing. Those are all over the place. Yeah. Also, how can I say it? Look at some just say like someone tells you more, yeah, don't go and do this. Yeah, fine. Don't go to that. I was holding for Thessalonians, but we'll get that one. Yeah. After and a nice. Bring it out and we're on your Christmas. Let me grab this quick. Yeah, you want keep it quick one. Yeah, man. We're getting it. We got time. We got time. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Right, and a lot of you Christians were confounded that September 23rd. You were made ashamed. You're proven to be wrong and liars. A lot of you lost your faith with God. A lot are questioning which next religion that you should be following now, or becoming atheists. Right? Why? Because you followed up the fence. The one girl said what you want. The one girl she said she's going like making try to learn this. Yeah. She don't can't even pronounce the word. Yeah. Corn. She said corn. I'm like corn. What the fuck? You see? Yeah. Matthew 24:25. Behold, I have told you, wherefore if they say they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, going out forth. Right. Behold, he is in the secret chambers. Believe it not. Right. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall it come out of the Son of Man. Right. So, Christians in Africa, wherever you were going to get to follow your pastor up to this mountain, get beamed up. That's what they were doing, man. A man told you that, and the Lord said that a man said go here, go there. Don't believe it, man. Yeah, that's right, no? That's for the prophet. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. That's what I'm saying. Don't just read it literally because falling for that prophecy, man. Right? Us men here, we stand firm. Yeah, especially someone to like the rapture is gonna happen at 23. We're gonna be laughing. Yeah, we're laughing all the way. And he wasn't even there. Yeah, he told them the 23rd, whatever his name is. Yeah, and he wasn't even there. They're like, oh, were you there? Like, no, I was this. No, yeah, I do understand. I know a lot of. I don't know that people look into it, but I know a lot of. I was one of these pastors. I would tell people this is happening. Give all your stuff to the church. Some of them were doing that. Oh, okay. There you go. Some of them were doing that. So I knew they would have pulled that. Yeah. The church, especially the African pastors. Oh yeah, they're definitely pulling out. Like world gods again when the millennium came, it's similar to that. We ran into the church. I remember I was young, but ran into the church that night, 12 o'clock. Right? They, like you were pretty much trying to pray for their sin. It's similar situation. And what you're talking about, that's a believer miracle because you wait the last minute to go to the right thing. Why weren't you praying before? Yeah. Why weren't you repenting before? So same thing as we're going to do at this time where things get bad in the time of the word. I don't know on the highways, videos are not up. But then now you're looking, where are these guys? They're talking about this. They're signed, they're saying that, you need to get rid of the Lord. What was his name again? Yeshua? Jehovah? Yeah, he made a beautiful point. That's the reason why the Lord doesn't give any man the time when he's going to come back. Because the brother mentioned, if we not like, we're trying our best right now. We'll do, let's say, Yahweh is going to come back next week. Everyone will be a fucking righteous person. Yeah. Right? We'll start fasting. We'll start being good. So-called good. Right? So that's the reason why the have it like a blank. Like blank. So you don't know. When you come back, you're gonna catch up with the fucking shit. So it's a 2 minute load from a public. Whether we know when he's coming or not, we have to be. That's awesome. I missed that. So, Acts 5:1 says, "When a certain man named Ananias with Sapphira, his wife sold a possession, get back part of the price, his wife also being privy to it, so his wife was on it too, she knew, and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet. But Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled thy heart to lie to the Holy Spirit, and to keep back part of the price of the land? While it remained, was it not thine own?
And after it was so, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thy heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto Yahweh while on the side. And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the ghost. And great fear came on all them that heard these things. And the young man arose, wound him up, and carried him out, and buried him. And then that's the first part, right? It goes in talking about the wife does the same thing. What? You can jump in. Says, and it was about the space of 3 hours afterward, when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in. Peter answered unto her, tell me whether you sold the land for so much. And she said, yea, for so much. Then Peter said unto her, how is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out. Then fell she down straightway at his feet, and yielded up the ghost. The young men came and found her dead, and carrying her forth, buried her by her husband. I hope say also that I bet it's now. I bet that she was actually put him on do that. Such a the one like for the food tonight. You got on the money. That's what even do. They actually they always try like sabotage. Like this like mass plans. They always try this. Do you just like break the units that we can go off? Yeah, there's some other likely she's going to actually try to do that. Right. It's not actually people off all the money. Yeah. Right. So like. Not that, right? Yeah, ultimately, she probably put it like, yeah, same thing. Yeah. I'm gonna say that maybe they were trying to tell the truth because they already knew. They already knew. Like that's the thing. Like I guess we're talking about women slavery, but the women don't understand. Men, we're most of the Lord. The Most High gives us insight on what you're doing. We just don't say anything. It's just ask your certain see because what to tell the truth. Why don't you just tell the truth? Because if you tell the truth, this can end very well for you. Now, if you lie, now it's like I already knew that you're lying, and then you lied to my face on top of it. Now you're fucking lying. Disrespect. Exactly. So you're assuming I'm stupid. Guarantee you, like if you were this kind of guy, you would have pulled the land get on. Because you know she's putting like fantasy in the head. All it is, really. Yeah. That was it. That was it. You know, we'll go with that. Christians. Matthew 19, verse 17. I'll start at 16, and it says, behold, one came and said, good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, how shall I speak? Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, but the Most High Yahweh. So your pastor will tell you just to repent and believe in Jesus, right? Until you receive eternal life. But that's not what's required, man. They obviously faith in the name of Yahweh Shai, all right, but also striving to keep the law to the best of your ability. That's what the Lord wants, man. Faith and works, man. Okay, that's what sincerity, right? That's right. You know, simple laws. No, I want to still my point. That's the life for me. But you can give up pork, man. It's, you know what I mean? Or it's not that hard. The lamb and you know, see, steak, you know, whatever. You know what the hell, man? It's all kind of fish that you can have ice and you know what I'm saying? Give up pork, man. That's one of the easiest things you can give up. You know, lineups. Yeah, lineups. You know, so the lineup is like part of the reason why they do that is that's really just for the woman. Yeah, it's really why you're doing lineups just for the woman because you're doing it to attract women. Yeah, so woman first. That's it. No, right. I don't feel right? Women's dogs too. Not conform to this world, but being transformed by renewing of the mind that he may prove that what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Right. Even a guy, Jake was breaking it down. He do the whole like line up and like raising off their hair and stuff like that. They're pretty much burning their scalp off. Right? Yeah, right. Like their hair is actually there to protect you. Yeah.
right? But when you burn it up and then you go out into the sun actually pretty much, yeah, exactly, accelerates the evolving basically. See what I'm saying? So you're not even supposed to do all that, man. But like you say, you do it when you do that, start doing it, you know. You don't need to do all that, man. I think I'm telling you, man, when all hell breaks loose, women don't. We're not gonna do a full lineup, man. They want the roughest, scruffiest looking Jake out there, man. That's what they're gonna want. They're not gonna want no pretty boy Jake in that time, man. Yeah. All right.
You see, you watch these movies like The Road, Book of Eli. Those guys that are the main character, they're rough. They're rough, man. They had wisdom. They knew how to operate.
That's when toxic masculinity comes back.
Exactly. Those guys you see in those movies are all pretty. They're always the weak guy. Always a weak man. They always have some kind of weak behavior with them. The guy that's rough, that's a guy that the woman always runs to protect her. Everyone always called him that guy. Because it's like the saying about people hate warriors. They're talking about people. When it's a warrior, they love the warrior. That's when they want the warrior there. Right?
Yeah.
Right now, we're warriors in a so-called time of peace. We're telling you it's really war. Wars come on. You don't want to talk to someone spiritual. Yeah, spiritual warfare. You have to add that. Spiritual warfare. But when the spiritual warfare becomes physical, then you're going to be looking for those warriors that were talking about all this stuff. Get ready, hurt yourself, right? But it's too late.
When it becomes physical, it's still in the spirit.
Yes. You have to mention that.
Yeah. Still in the spirit of the Lord. Y'all about to it's not gonna get difficult, but that's the will of the Lord. Yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah. That's gonna be the spirit in those times. You know? It's always down. You gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect yourself. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. The laws are gonna be done away with, right? Somebody trying to break into your house, whatever. That's true. You gotta handle that, man. Oh, or you gotta be willing to die, or whatever. However, it's gonna go down, man. Okay, because love not the world. All right? Not supposed to love this world. It's a evil, demonic, satanic world that we live in. Okay? I read verse 17 again, and it says, "Oh, wait, go. It's okay. Oh, you're going. How much I speaking? Why callest thou me good? There is none good, but one. They're so good, though. Right? Even the Lord said, "Why call me thou good?" Right? Both God, you feel like you do the greatest work on the earth. Kind of reprove and rebuke. He's so perfect. He's so upright. Right? You're not upright. The Lord said you were good. So Jacob, you remember you went off and saw it. That's humility. Christians don't know nothing about him. He's humble. You know? But that's the thing. That's all these things, that mindset, new ideologies, and what makes you successful in this world. Successful in this world. Right? You might have the quote unquote picket fence home, the butter family, you know what I mean? Corporate job, and you got your kids on your desk, you have work, and then all that is synonymous for quote unquote success in this world. You gotta present that, oh yeah, you're a family man, a family woman, whatever. Well, certain credit score, yeah. Credit score, less like that, I don't see race and all this shit. I don't see color, and my pastor is white, I'm black, and I don't care. Right. I'm black, right? Whatever the case may be, people are big dupes. Okay? They want perfect slaves. Christianity, being perfect slaves. You be a perfect slave in the working force. Now, don't get me wrong, you got to work and get money. You know what I'm saying? But like, people feed into it to where your job becomes your life. Like that's what represents like your career is. Anything outside of your career. No. You can't have a life outside of that. Yeah, especially Edomites, right? Yeah, especially Edomites, right? You Edomites to get a fucking life, man. Living for the weekend and everything. What's the plan for the weekend? Yeah, what the fuck? I'm just chilling on the weekend, right? But that's not good enough for that. You gotta do something. You gotta do something with your time. Pastor gave us two. You gotta do something with it. I just want to relax. Esau always has to be on a constant move because time is numbered. His days are short. The fucking vagabond. He has to be doing some adrenaline junkie rush shit, right? borrowing time, living on, you're living on borrowed time. I'm chilling. I'm enjoying my weekend. Yeah, all right. I could chill. I could do whatever I want on my time off. See what I'm saying? That's not good enough for them. That's okay. You know? Go ahead. It says verse 18, and it said, they said unto him, which? I said, thou shalt no murder, commit no, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Yeah, where can we find these laws, man? In the Old Testament, right? But it's done away with, right? Come on. Like, use your head, man. And then, like I said, you can pick and choose what law you want to keep. So, whatever. Quote unquote pushing you don't want to murder nobody. No, that's wrong, right? But everyone who's not following, even the ones who are not following the quote unquote medical law, don't want to murder and right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. And why? It's innate. It's innate. It's actually in you. Like, you know what I mean? Most, especially Jake, but most people know that. It's at the field. Steal. They know that. They're taught that, but they know that it's actually inside of them to know. They should know that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because even the heathen knows not to be like not to murder. But then when you go deep into the scripture, they talk about what not to be. Like how to what clothes to wear. They don't give a shit about that. No, yeah. Whatever they want. Yeah. That's what separates us when they go into Leviticus, Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Well, why did you mention those laws? Because those are actual like laws that most people, can adhere to in the sense. But especially Israelites, especially quote unquote Christians should be adhering to that. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean the rest of the laws are done away with. That's what separates us from the right. That's what Adam was given. Right? That's what Moses was given. So the new scripture, you don't even know that the Christians are not just random people. You think anyone can convert and be a Christian? These are Israelites, man. Yeah. That's why this law applies for beginning to the end. Reason why part of the reason why they see little things like they know in them and do it that God's not dealing with them. They're not his children. So like your favorite child, if he does like well, you're gonna push him right away. Yeah. The ones you don't care about, them fuck up. Okay. I'll deal with them later. Yeah. Yeah, he cares about you, so he questions you right away because he wants to make sure you stay up right. Right. He doesn't give a fuck about you. That's what he says in Ezra's. I think Ezra where it says, sees the heathen to spit on the bucket. Yeah. That's how he looks at the other nation. Those are bastard sons. Hey. Verse 19, how shall I speak? Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And they can't even break that down. They see this neighbor, and they literally think it's an Edomite is a neighbor, right? You can get good. Yes, you gotta be peaceable because you're living at all. Man, but when it comes to the neighbors, no, go ahead. No. Finish what you have to say. When it comes to the neighbors, right? That's all Israelites, man. Because when these laws were given, it was all of us living amongst each other. With all Israelites, the tribes were together, man. So obviously, all people are gonna piss you off. You gotta have compassion for your own people, man. Yeah. So this, we're gonna, yes. Because speaking of neighbors, at today's freaking realm, today's society, okay, you have a neighbor who's in Elamite, right? And they're looking at you like, what are you doing here? Yeah. But you're supposed to have this compassion to this motherfucker. Here it is, you're driving down your neighborhood to go parking your driver, wherever, just looking at you. You just got here, motherfucker. Yep. But you're looking at me like I don't belong here. Get the fuck out of here, man. But I'm supposed to have compassion and love my neighbor, right? Some random heathen Elamite. Fuck out of here, man. The pride, no, dogs, man. Yeah, licking out. That's part of licking out our stores. Yeah. Okay. Right. They're moving in our next store and still acting like they're the store. Right. Yeah. They see whatever. They doing all right for themselves, whatever the case they are. And because they know that Jake and their country is down bad and they can't travel, they can't leave the country. They purposely keep them there and sabotage them. Right. So that when they see Jake in Canada now, they're all, whoa. Yeah. Actually, like, what's up? Whoa. We've been taught, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. We've been taught that they are the lowest of the lowest. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Newsflash, buddy. Okay, Jake's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. All right, that's kind of flip. Yeah, exactly.
When they do that, that happens to me too. They do, I just stare right back at them. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just stay right back.
I'm not gonna take the intimidation by you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just how, this is what it is. You look, you look real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're not gonna take no stare down
Young.
and style.
Yeah. You look like, you know what I mean? Like, get out of here.
But they're
man.
cowards because like what they always do, they always jump always 5 on 1, get their buddies. When they want to have a problem, so they always get 4 or 6 guys. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with getting your boy, but realistically, you don't always like to deal with it 1-on-1. Right? And then your guys just back up, piece of games, guys, crazy shit. That's it. But these Elamites, they're weak. All of them are weak people anyway. All the nations. Only really ones we had a problem with when it comes to like war was Amites.
Yep. They're the only ones that give us the right.
Yeah.
Rest of these nations got the ass.
Yeah.
So they had the giants and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, but we have to take them down just to put.
Yeah.
Wow, right? We'd love to show you how we can deal with a smaller people. Have these fucking giants get smashed.
Yeah.
You know?
And you Christians don't believe that. You Christians don't believe in David and Goliath, man. Beat David at some little,
Like,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? The warrior, man. That's our forefather. That's where we come from. That's part of our heritage, right? That's why we come out here in this bold spirit, right? We come here so bold because that's who our forefathers are. We know our history. Right? That's right. All right. By the prophet Nathan. He went to be bold when he was confronting Goliath. He said, I come through the spirit of probably our God. That's right. He knew when to be humble and he knew when to be bold. Yeah, right? That's our forefathers. Right? It's to say that the righteousness is as bold as a lion, right? But the wicked flee when no man pursues. Right? Yeah, that's why nobody comes around here. So they know what to believe. Right? All right, they'll come around here. No?
And the lion presence is enough to be blood. You see the lion blood. It's not the Jason.
gonna catch you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can catch you down.
But we don't really work. Yeah. And just to go get that extra, the guns or whatever. But if it's like 1-on-1, even these MMA fights, if you get a World Trade MMA guy and you go against an NFL guy, it might just be fight.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, you're an expert.
I think so. These gyms on the field are not playing around.
They can take hits too.
Yeah, somebody can take.
They can take hits. Yeah, those are the warriors. Those are the modern day gladiators of our nation. Yeah, in the football field, even on basketball, wherever, Very different sports. Simulated war games.
Yeah, he thought things like he does a little MMA in the gym. Shit.
Yeah.
I've seen a video of one of them, he's probably in his 40s, telling the young Jake who's just minding his own business, watching through the neighborhood or whatever, jumping the N-word or, and then the Jake's like, I'm trying to just go home, leave me the fuck alone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think he was working, right?
Yeah.
He's delivering a package or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
And he's like, get out of here, nigger, and all that shit.
Yeah.
Through the Jake and like, you know what, all right, take his shirt off or whatever, and just one punch, man. And meanwhile, he's in his little MMA stand.
Yeah.
Going to gym, sparring and whatnot. One punch, man.
That's what I'm saying. The Lord is not Jake, man.
That's it.
And karate. Exactly. I know crazy.
Yeah.
I know the spirit of the job I did. So I don't fight my hands.
It could probably why that happens because also the guy that let's say the reason happens, right? He used to fight unorthodox. Like the fight style that you haven't seen before, so you don't know how to defend against it.
Yep.
Yeah. So you've been trained to fight against one way.
Yeah.
Because
Because at the end of it, in the spirit, they still fight like this.
Yeah.
That's how they fight. Either might still fight this in the spirit. I don't know shit what they fight. You know what I'm saying?
Let me at him.
Yeah. We're respectful people, man. I can watch someone fighting and pick up on it and use it in real life. That's it. Just because I have an athletic background, but we can do that shit. So if you try to jump on a Jake, you better be careful because most times put his girl on him and just be with him while he's in that fight.
Yeah, and just take you out. Like that video, in that video, you can tell that he's training.
Yeah.
He's training. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's just athletic. That's it. He's just in his intellect. Yeah.
And he ended up, when Jake got him, he ended up going,
Yeah.
he was on, like, "Stop, you're the real nigga. Stop." All right? That's in the spirit. Jake is calling everybody nigga now.
Yeah.
Like in the spirit, they say it so much, they call anybody nigga now.
Yeah.
It's not just Jake, like, you know what I mean? They call it
White nigga.
Yeah, white nigga, like,
You know, white nigga. Like,
nigga. Like, they're calling you a bitch ass nigga. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
But in the spirit, that's who you are. It's a word. There's a
behavior with that word. It doesn't mean
right. It's a word. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a behavior. Yeah. But it is going to be put up on you. You know?
We're gonna call him something.
Yeah.
Gonna feed him that day. That's gonna be the worst of that.
I feel like that, not even to say that, I can think of something worse.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right, though. You're right.
He got to us, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Bro, that's so bad.
You're right.
So we can go. Yeah.
Wasted away. Yeah, I know. That's bad. Actually, you're right. I like that.
Yeah.
That's worse than black.
We're gonna
call black.
They call us all kind of stuff. So we're gonna
Yeah, we're gonna call it all time. Yeah, we're gonna have different names. Yeah.
some Hebrew.
Yeah.
Something in the Hebrew, real nice.
You tell him that now. These people, you tell him like, you don't like. You feel something. You see how they react. Like, you don't like.
Yep.
Especially these small hats. You call me. You know what they do? Oh, no, we're not. You know, I'm not Esau. No,
I'm not ASAP. I'm not ASAP.
Yeah, Esau. That's not me.
ASAP.
You know who Esau is? That's not us.
Yeah.
Say no, Esau. He's a wicked.
Yeah.
No one wants to be here. Esau doesn't want to be Esau.
Yeah. Fine. That's why they try to run from every, they try to run from every nationality on the planet Earth. Now the Australians, the South Africans now, the Namibians now. There's pretty much class in Namibia from Germany that was there in the 1800s. That put Nick in the concentration camps, man. And now they rule Namibia. And then the Namibians want their land back, and they're taking it back. And now they're like, "Oh, well, we're Namibians too." Like, and I'm just trying to put a bit. Yeah. How the fuck? Yep. So here,
Okay, Psalms 144, verse 1, and it says, a psalm of David, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, my strength, which teacheth my hands to fight, my hands to war, and my fingers to fight. My goodness and my fortress, my high tower, and my deliverer, my shield, and in whom I trust. I wonder what kind of martial arts he was learning back then. You know what I'm saying? I can't even put a name to what the fuck martial arts we were learning back then, practicing and taking part of. It's just a spirit. Yeah, it's just a spirit. Unorthodox operated in the spirit, man. Yeah, we got some of those. Yeah, we'll get back. Well, they're coming out to this, man. Our ancient martial arts or whatever. We're gonna get that back, man. Y'all not ready, man. Yeah. No? We're bigger, and we still know how to move. Carry our weight in with Heinz feet, make it like Heinz feet. I have that right here. Yes. Yeah, what did I'll bring it before not? No, that was it. Yeah, fine.
Says here, this is Psalms 18 and 29. For by thee I have run through a troop,
Right.
and by my power have I leaped over a wall. As for Yahweh, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried.
And you see all that, when you watch the Olympics, the long jumpers, the sprinters, you know what I'm saying? That's all Jake, being able to jump high and jump far, run fast, But that was really nothing. Not every Jake could do that. And everybody can do that on average. You know what I'm saying? Jake just already have a natural athletic ability. Find your pick your whatever, pick your whatever sport. Yeah. And you're gonna tap it. Because you might not be good at basketball, but you're good at soccer, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. You might not be good at fighting, but you're good at running. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna tap into some not natural athletic ability, man.
Yep.
As a Jake. Yeah, but then in the kingdom, man, we're gonna be able to do it all. Right? That's the whole goal, right? We want to be able to do it all. That's right. We want to be all rounded, well rounded, but that's just whatever, man. That's gonna be like breathing in the kingdom, man. We're gonna be judging. That's the main thing. Being judges, executing judgment, ruling over these, right? That's what we want, really. Everything. More than that.
Yeah, he is a buckler to all those that trust in him. For Yahweh is safe. For Yahweh, for who is Yahweh? Save the Lord. Or who is the rock save our power? Let's get that word buckler. Yeah, get that word. Also, you can say like back then, like people like what they want. You got to need the sword, the spears, get the arrows. Yeah, it's like how like yeah, it was like some men that were trained to do the arrow, one arrow so good that they can shoot like a kind of fly. You know, it was sharpshooters. You know, no, David had his sling and stone, right? But they know the things like the weapons, the bow and arrow, spear, the sword, the shield, stone. That's right, something like the jawbone of an axe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know? So check it and just like use that. Yeah, like I believe it worked like it's like in Spanish so much, it's like no he's hand. He had one with the sword, you know? Yeah, David had a mighty man. You know? You guys got the word? Yeah. Yeah, we got the word here.
Yeah, okay. So the etymology of buckler, it says small round shield used to ward off blows. Pretty much it, right? Shield gun. Also goes into having a boss. So that's something different.
Right. God, so it was a shield, man. Yeah. The Lord is our boss. The Lord is our shield. The Lord is our protection. The Lord is gonna take all armor. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Where's that? Right. As it, in order to basically get into that, you gotta be captive to the spirit. Sorry, even trying to achieve that shield, man. If you're not in the spirit, you're just all the time. But you keep growing. You know what I'm saying? We're in the valley of the shadow of death. You guys are here right now. Yeah, sure. No, head check things. Going on, you guys, people out here, man. Sure, this was trying to put curses on us, and I'm trying to take us out. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Mad is, you know what I'm saying? Mad at you for no reason. That's true. I'm the example. I go into the gym, right? It's a Jake that works there with us. I don't even know this guy. This is over. He's right in the front. He's in the customer service role, right? And I don't know. I've been going to whatever. Usually, not him. So somebody usually they greet you at the door or whatever, right? But I'm like, whatever. Like whatever. You don't want to greet? No big deal. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? One time I actually had to interact with him, and then the interaction is the shoot is pretty much proved that he has some internal problem. I don't know nowhere. You know what I'm saying? All I have to is like change my card because it's broken. No, he's like, oh, I'll change it after. About like bring a gun by and all right, whatever. Usually people just do it there and get it out the way. But I'm like, whatever, do it again. Right. I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I come back now, get it done. You know what I'm saying? I give him I have my whole card there for him to take it. He never ends up taking it. Then I end up just taking it. The whole one. Like, oh, the whole card back. All right, whatever. Like he thought I was gonna go for the card, but his whole interaction was just awkward and weird. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying? But I just put curses on his bitch ass, and it is what it is. Go to the gym again. Walking out. He's there interacting with another big whatever. Like, so he knows how to interact and he's cordial with people. I don't know this nigga from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? As I'm moving out, he's looking at me as I'm moving out. But I'm looking at him. I'm trying to see what he's on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just laughing in my head. I'm like, this guy's a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you. Like, yeah, if you're in a customer service role, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be greeting people, whatever. I'm not big. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yeah, you got it. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's hate. So people actually know something here. But maybe he saw a video. Maybe he knows what I do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You're right. It just is what it is. Not everybody's just gonna agree with you. No, it's but I laugh. I actually laugh at it. I was like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because they probably know they can't do nothing either. They probably know what we do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watch me on wickedness. Yeah, fucking all. Anyways, they probably know, but they can't do nothing. They can't make their move. You know what I'm saying? Or the dog is barking at wickedness. Yeah, man. All praises to you. How about Shem y'all shine Rakatah? Two weirdos, bulls, formers. All right? Yeah. The dog was barking at them and vicious, like that's bullshit. Like you breathe the off spirit in them, man. These dogs are very spiritual, man. Big difference. Yeah. Way more spiritual than you damn Israelites and heathens, man. bugged out Jakes, man. You know, not in the spirit. No, but but the Lord's our buckler, man. He's good, he's protecting us from evil, man. You know, people can't, he's not gonna do nothing, man. He'll do nothing. Okay,
That's the way to say it. I work at a gym.
right,
And that shit you can see all the time because the gym, you already know that the word gym was the word gymnos. When you go in there, people are completely exposed spiritually.
right,
They can't hide.
right.
You cannot hide the spirit what they think. You
Yeah.
can't hide
Yeah.
it. We can see everything.
Yeah,
So we're looking at it. What's going on? But no one else sees what you're seeing.
right,
You explain to them, don't you say, I don't know what you're talking about. You're supposed to be fine, so you don't see what I'm talking about. So you think you're saying, yo, am I crazy? But it's like, no, you're not crazy. You took the spirit. You see?
yeah. We're just hyper aware of it. That's really what it is. It's a gift. Yeah, not curse, but it is a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse though,
Yeah.
because not everybody is on your level, right? So that's why it's a wise man. With pressure making a wise man mad or whatever, just being hyper aware of everything. It make you, and of course, God.
Oh, every time I go in the gym, this guy that had problems, I never even talked to you before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The reason why I had problems because this woman was staring at me when I was working out.
But how about shit now? Shalak, that's it on purpose. You wasn't doing that shit all down there. No, bitch ass. So we're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't revving no engine down the road, all down that street. You know what I'm saying? But he knows what we're about. He sees Jake, sees us standing in boldness, and he wants to try and I'm Esau. I'm Esau. I'm gonna hurt my end. The man does destruction is tradition. Oh, I was gonna say this. It would be different if I was at the gym and it was like another person in there that actually working out and whatever. They're just looking at, people just have a ego when they go in there. But the fact that you're actually in a customer service role, you're a demon. Yep. You have a demon on you. Yeah, you're supposed, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be in that whatever spirit, So you have something about you that's getting whatever. And I can only laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Got it. Right. No, I was gonna say, when I was asking, yeah, but I get my right? Sometimes you don't always have to say anything. The people who start acting, yeah, yeah. And then change up the conversations. They're probably talking about something and they switch up to something else, make it seem a little bit more like, maybe stretching. I remember one time, just to add to that, when I was at work and I saw this woman kind of overweight, and I was looking directly at her when I was walking the other way, and then she took her hair and she hit her face. She couldn't stand looking directly at her in the eye. But I couldn't take it.
It's good to get that shit out.
Oh, no, that's
But I say also, like, there's I go to the parking front, with the camera, there's like a harlot and it's a bunch of people. They were like, what people that is somehow budget. But might not know like why they think the way they feel, but it's really so their spirit. This can tell like why they hate us, but they just can't stand us. Been a lot of because our spirit, their spirit is not part of together, We have our spirit, we have our spirit, not everything is shy. It's only the spirit, It's not really the physical eye.
That's a 16 and what 9, and it says like as a whore envieth a right and honest and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity when she decketh herself and she accuse her to her face when he cometh, and that shall defend him that diligently search out every sin upon earth. Right. So just like we're not decking ourselves physically, we're decking ourselves in how the Lord wanted us to be. Right? It's a spiritual decking out, and then it becomes physical. That's not the other way around, like how you see our people in the world, they deck themselves out, try to make themselves look nice. When what was it? It was Joseph, before he was able to actually before the pharaoh at that time gave them the fine linen and the jewelry, he was already decked out in the spirit, right? He already had a fear of the Lord. He didn't relate with Pharaoh's wife. Found out Pharaoh's wife tried to come on to him. He was able to get insight into the Pharaoh's dream. So we're decked out in the spirit. And they can't understand that, right? Okay, grab this quick. This is Ecclesiastes 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. So backing up your point with that story that you had, that lady at work, right? The Lord, the Spirit of the Lord is on us, man. You know, so when they see us and we're looking at them, they get confounded, they get convicted in the spirit. Right? They know there's something. They know we're the righteous in the spirit, and they're wicked, and we're basically are judging it without judging them. No. Our eyes are used to judge things, man. See what I'm saying? Right? Yeah. What y'all gonna say like this? Like the eyes are doing it. Just say the eyes. Yeah. Right. Say like the women that like in the eyes are doing it to your soul. Yeah. So you say, look, they can get you uncomfortable. Tell you if you know how wicked you are, like if you are all one, judge like that. That's it. Like, well, you know, first of you like, oh, my hands were like, like, how I've had people tell me that. I feel like you're judging. I say, yeah. I say, yeah, we judge it all. Yeah, we judge, yeah, but you know, I just play it off like, but like, I'm just trying to blend in, but like, our spirit is hard to blend in, man.
I was gonna add what I was saying because that same situation they just mentioned that happened to me a lot. Yeah, work there. And I told them, yeah, because like they have a negative connection with the word judge. The word judge just means examine. So I'm just examining. I have to examine something I'm looking at. That's right. Right. So if you're well, I would say wise men examine what they're looking at. Wise people, unwise people don't examine it. They're just looking at it. Right. So you have to examine what you're looking at and see what this is. So I'm seeing like, okay, are you off or are you right? Like what's going on with you? I'm not gonna just go allow someone in my presence, you know, as an off spirit. So I have to judge you to protect myself. Animals do the same shit. It's like the dog that was there was judging people that came by. That's right. They barked it. Oh, I don't like you. Get away from me. That's right. Yeah. Right? So people in the world have a negative idea of the word judge. It just means examine. So if you're off, you're off, you're off. If you're right, you're right. So if you have something wrong with you, I as a good person, I should want to tell you. I should be like, yo, I seen you were doing maybe like at the gym, you're working out. I was judging what you were doing. You get interested in keep doing like that. You do this. Right? And the person, the thinking that if they want to get better, they're like, thank you for telling me. Yeah. The person who's off, like, oh, why are you telling me what to do, bro? There's nothing work out the way I want to work out. They don't like being judged. So they have a negative idea, negative connection for judge. So for men that are judges, of course people are gonna respond us wrongly because we're judging. We're trained to be judges. Prophets have to see shit, so they have to be able to examine shit. So they're gonna judge you. Right? Anyways, I just had to I don't get on it, and it's because of Tupac too. Oh yeah. You talked about going to God and judge. Like, oh yeah. You know, he's out here, you know, so he's telling me pedophile. You can't judge a pedophile? Right. Right? It's true. These men will can't judge the lion. And the Lord judges them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if that wasn't the case, why do you have men open? Should not judge you, Tupac. Right? He was over. He judged you. Yeah. Smack the shit out of you when he feels like it. You know, we heard the stories. You know what I'm saying? But these people just want to commit wickedness and not have anyone tell them what they're doing. That's all it is. That's seen in the world. We listen, but we don't judge. Yeah, God. I got 1 Corinthians. All right. 2. And there's a lot on this one. This one, I guess, for the very morning. You know what? Okay, I'll just get you. But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. But who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him. We have the mind of Yahweh Shai. That's right. Right? Yahweh Shai is a perfect man, so he shall be perfect, man. That's right. And you follow the law. If you follow the law, you get the judgment. Because you decide him with the law. Yeah. Right? With the law, you know who's going off and who isn't going off, man. Got you ready. Right? That's how you get judged. And just guess what? The man of the Lord is going to execute judgment soon. We can judge you, but now we're going to execute it. Now we're just telling you where you're going wrong and what you're doing wrong, and you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that. Just go straight. But after we get the power, man, after you get the power, they're going to be executing judgment. Heads are going to come off. Yahweh Shai himself is going to fucking cut heads off. So we're going to be Christ-like. You know what I'm saying? That's right. But they don't understand, like, all this bad stuff. Well, good or bad, someone becomes rich or someone gets killed, that's judgment. That's judgment. That's judgment. Everything that's done bad is judgment. Exactly. For a bird to fly up in the air, that's judgment. That's it. This is the people don't understand words. Esau has tricked you with Isaiah 5:20. He's turned everything backwards. So word judge is now a negative word. Yeah. The word what's it called? An owl or a mole is not now a positive thing. Yeah. It's positive to be an owl or a mole. So it's really negative. Yep. And the reason why he hates the word judge is because
he's the ultimate one who's gonna be judged at the end of the day, man. So he hates that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the one that the Lord has the controversies with. He's the one that the Lord's gonna come and take down and judge him. That's right. You know, so he doesn't want to deal with that. So you know, words like that is pretty much ostracized in the society. It's looked down upon. Wrong. You know? So, quick precept.
TZV and the NLT. John 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. Right? A lot of you people, you know, you don't want to be judged. You want to live under, you want to be secured and nobody don't judge you. It won't come out and we can tell you that the God's not going to win, right? And all these things. Now, therefore, have no cloak for sin, right? Heard the judgment. You heard the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? And so you're going to be held to that standard. Right? That's why the scripture says the gospel is going to be preached throughout the four corners of the earth. How is that being done? We can't go to everybody. That's impossible. Okay? You have to, it's being done by the internet. That's right. See what I'm saying? And once the word goes out to everybody that heard it, whether they hear or forbear, then the Lord's gonna come back. Right? But we're almost at that time. All right, we're measuring the time. Okay, these are the IDs are coming in MOTB next. Yeah. Okay. Let me grab this in the NLT quick. John 15:22. They would not be guilty if I had not come and spoken to them. Right. Exactly. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So before they were living in their delusion, they were good. Don't know what to. Right. Right. Nobody checked them. Nobody put them in their place. Nobody told them right from wrong. So they thought whatever they were doing was good. You know? Yeah. So as we're looking what you're saying, the reason why the Lord allowed this because he already knows what's right or wrong. That's why he already knows it before. He already knows you know. That's why he's not saving. Yeah. You already know what's right or wrong. So I'm not saying that these people know right or wrong, man. They know, man. They know. These have demons on you. That's happening. You're good to spit. Yeah. Lust of the flesh, you know, you're appeasing the parasite, the demons in you. You know, it says that, but so they would not be guilty if I had not come and spoken to them, but now they have no excuse for their sins. That's right. That's right. Genesis 3:8. And they heard the voice of the Lord, Yahweh, walking in the garden, in the cool of the day, which is what the prophets. Right, and that's what we're here right now. This is the cool of the day. And we're here in the garden again. Rebuking these people, telling you what you're doing is wrong, man. Right? And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord Yahweh and amongst the trees of the garden. And this is what Jacob's doing again. When you hear the prophet on the highways and byways, they talk their shit, scurry off into the parents' basement. Right? They see us here, they watch us sideways, they look us, you know, like narrowly looking upon us, they walk away. Right? They might cross the street. And you're over here, they cross the road. Right? You don't want to hear the truth, man. You know what? It's not just to add what the elder brought up. It's like, because as soon as they hear it, they're condemned. Because as soon as you hear something you're saying, that focus stop revealing. Even if they're walking by and they heard it, that book got revealed. You're not supposed to commit adultery. When they hear that, book got revealed. Yeah. You heard what they said, now you're thinking of it's too late. It's too late. So then when you get jacked up for that because you keep doing it, maybe that same day you went to commit adultery, or something bad happens, but it's never happened before. What was going on? Because most sides revealed it right there. Right there, he got you. Right. And then what? Exactly. Heart. Exactly. Or you'll be cut to the heart. Exactly. But you know, like, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, like knowing what you're doing is wrong because that's why the public are here. Once you hear what you're going on, once you hear it and you don't take heed, that's what they're going on. Even more. If you do something wrong and someone tell you, yo, you can't do that, that's wrong. Right? And you say, look, you know what? My bad. I'm not going to do it again. You know, you can have to repent. You can have to forgive. If you hear the right and you still do the wrong thing, hey man, deal with what you get. That's the consequence of that. You know? That's right. And it said that they hid themselves among the trees in the garden. Yeah. Right? They think these days you're gonna cover them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, let's follow the way the heathen basically. And let's take on to their philosophies and use that as a covering basically. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Still stand out. You don't look right following after these other nations gods. Right? That's why anything that they go into, man, you stand out, man. You can't hide. Right. You can't hide. No.
Let me get. I was actually looking that up because what is source tonight? Right? No, let me get detail. Squirrel. Yeah, it's Esau's kingdom, man. You don't even fucking know. Yeah. Same family, anyways. Yeah. Leprosy on the tail of the squirrel, man. Looking like a fucking skunk. This kingdom gotta go, man. Get anything, bring it out. I'll fight. But Jeremiah, verse 16 says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, and the Lord said, the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them." The more that like us, we have come to men, right? I was trying to tell the disciples, "Behold, now come with me, I can make you into men." Right, and that's what I did. How you cast it, and the wife, all in house marriage, tell her that put your hands. Who was it here after when I hear, we don't get I see and repent. All right. Okay. And they shall fish them, and after I will send many hunters, they shall hunt them. That's when the Lord outside, that spiritual power just come against you and live with it. Or you start with those corners, or you don't get it. Not come down actually hunt you physically. Okay, we don't have the power, we're not able to cut out our good to after that execution. Right now, this is giving you the word, giving you the word, giving you the structure. But when the time comes, most of we're not turn up into its weapons. That's right. We're not be able to cut you down. The prince can actually come against you, man. Won't come alone. All you naysayers, man. Right? That's around. Okay. All the believers that came against the prophets, the prophet of the Muslims, not come for you, man. Right now, it's starting to speak the word, okay, so that prevention, you can, not day, not hour, don't mean talking. Don't get you like, don't get any debates, right? Like action, no, on site. It says, I will, what I will send many hunters, and they shall hunt them, every mountain, and every hill, out of every hole of the because you're not gonna have no excuse, man. Right. All right, we gave you a chance to suck with us, basically. Right? We said it already, right? But everybody's walking by the scene, walking by, walking there, right? No, that's fine. You don't want to think that's fine. All right, but don't try and plead with us when the Lord turns us to an iron weapon, man. Yeah. Okay. Threshing sword, man. Don't try and plead with us. That we ain't gonna plead with you. We're kind of pleading with you guys right now. Yeah. Understand? We're pleading with them. It ain't gonna be no reverse in that day. It's only we can plead with you, and that's it. The only way we can plead with you in that day is with the judgment. That's not the Holy Spirit is upon you. But the men of the Lord, you already seen when the Lord Spirit is upon Samson, what happened? Thousands died, man. Like, like when they go into the Maccabees, like you mentioned, the brother with the sword, pretty much. Oh yeah, healing through his hand. Yeah. That's the Spirit of the Lord, man. But man, when the Spirit of the Lord jumped upon the Israelites, man, strange things happened, man. That's right. What about Hananiah in the Chronicles? When he went inside the snowy pit and slew a lion, man. Right? These are all acts that the men of the Lord did when the Spirit of the Lord is upon them. So you still be careful. So how that 11 years when the mother come of witness and years like this, the Moses told the people to put away the rights and he did. Yeah. This man bringing a healing movement in the audio community. Purpose here. And she showed the guy and he went to the man and the woman. Yeah. Both died. That's why that man got not dead. You go to the sweet up, you can see that balance. No such thing. Yahusha came the first time he came to land. That's something come as a lion. The lion, what they showed up, go to the jungle, that land, and change something like lion. Next time when Yahusha comes, Yahusha, you're not coming with that force. That force, the angels, that come to draw the heads, man. Not heads. Yep. It's hard. The way, no. Let's check what you does. Don't mean like, oh, don't mean like, oh, come together. It's not themselves. We want the great reset to go. That's right. Order of the outside. That's right. You don't want wicked souls and spirits around, man. It's really a reset. That's right. you born again, physically, literally, spiritually, you know. And then you get talking like, no, whether you're a heathen or a freaking or an Israelite, you know, you need a reset, right? Yeah. Okay, a lot of these evil need to be purged out, man. War, World War III, man, is for all nations. Really, all nations are gonna get judged. Okay, don't think it's just gonna be Israel. You know, Israel, yeah, of course, Lord. You know, after the Lord die and you have to beat their ass. It's for you, other heathen nations, or even putting your hands on us. Thinking that it was okay to do what you did unto our people. Yes. Okay. Right. It was 17 says, for mine eyes are upon all their ways. But earlier that how the more times I tell you something, because of the time by the sun. So it's everything I do, get my door, like hide behind doors. You just know about it. Right? It says, for mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face. Neither is the iniquity hid from mine eyes. And first I will look upon their iniquity and the sin double, because they have defiled my land. Very much done the ritual. To the most time, you know, ultimately going to like have a different color, actually to get the ones that also to get one anyway. Most of how you like just because of the land because right? No, you have to all kinds of ritual. Get the land, you know, the community information. You have home, you have like you have like a honorable food there. You have the president right there, man. They murder all day. Yeah, hospital. Because they're not the resources of them. Right, they're not supposed to be there. Yeah, that's why that land is decrepit. It can't grow. It's not fertile. You have somebody moving over there. He's like a circle trying to fit into a square like a square hole. It doesn't fit them. No, they don't fit in your boxes other than you get taken out of box that way themselves. They're not supposed to be there. So right, that's our land. That's right. We're from still. It says, they have filled my inheritance with carcasses of the detestable and abominable things. Oh yeah, how much shine my strength from my fortress, when reference in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto me, and the earth shall say, surely our fathers have committed lies, vanity and things wherein there's no profit. That's it. Let them come out to Heavenly Father. Can come out to friends and actually back the whole bad. Okay, which means the right? That's why now he's still self housing always I mean the make something else link other. Okay, what's that way that what's the special so that's it, man. That's here moving on. Right? Proverbs 16:2 when it says, all the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. That's my point. A lot of experts they think that they're right according to the message of this world or right in their own understanding. But they're not those. You know, how I said, they that are whole, you don't need a physician, but they that are sick. And you can't come to an understanding and actually acknowledge your offense. And to be able to acknowledge your offense, you have to acknowledge also that you're sick, that you need a physician, that you need hope. A lot of people don't even want to do that. That's why you're going to be caught out there without the covering. You don't have your husband to defend you, right? And you're clean to all these other guys and trying and all these different false pastors and so on and so forth. You're covered. You're not going to leave you out there too. Back you up, brother. Zephaniah 1 and 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles, punish the men that are settled on their deeds, that say in their heart, the Lord Yahweh will not be good, either will be evil, right? And that the Lord coming with the candle, just searching you out, man. Searching out your darkest secrets, okay, to bring forth judgment and to expose you. Right? That's what a light is for. A candle is for to expose to exposure. Yeah, that's us. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. That's right. We're in the midst of Jerusalem right now. That's right. We're exposing heathen, exposing our people, wicked of our own. Telling them to get right. You know, even though you're wicked, you get to repent. That's right. Get back. Right? That's mercy. It's mercy. You know. This is the NLT. Zephaniah 1 and 12. I will search the land in Jerusalem, the darkest corner, to punish those who seek complacent in their sins. Right? And our people are in a cesspool. Yeah, you know, they're complacent in their sins, but they don't want to fucking get out of that mind state of turning back. See, this is the thing. A lot of the people, when they hear this word, they get confounded. But to them, it's too much to change. Right. You know what I mean? The truth requires change, but it's too much for them. Man. They got to change their whole lifestyle. They may have to cut people off. Who knows? They're not ready for that. Right. You know, they're not ready to look at their Edomite friend as the enemy. You know what I'm saying? They're not. You know, they're not ready to stop going to. You know, I don't know. Absolute, yeah, the Red Lobster or wherever, you know. Yeah, joyous holidays and all that stuff. They're not ready to put an end to all of that. You know what I mean? Or you know, denounce that. You know, yeah. No. You know, they're not ready for that, man. But it's gonna be too late, man. Because the scriptures say we gotta get that, man. The Lord, you know, yeah. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 12:1, and it says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light and the stars will not darken, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and strong men shall blow themselves, and the grinders cease."
Right. Yeah, you only want to get right when all hell breaks loose. You know what I'm saying? That's we're not shaking no more. No money being able to be made, and it's hard to get a deal. Then you gotta turn to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Yeah, this check down there. Actually, nobody mess about I was saying. But yeah, just at home. You know, they don't come out here. They don't know. They can say just know about us. And really not stuff bad. Yeah. Like all these lies online. Yeah, it's not a movement. So like, yeah, been away. No, like you know, robbers, sinners. Nobody. You know who we are. They know about. But because they know, you too much because they have, they go there. But that day. Okay, you know, that day when I heard that, you know, it's like, let me able to say yourself, man. Open the world, then can't pass it, give up, nobody, nothing, can't else. Okay, you don't go through that, so the hard time, no one said to the leaders, all right?
If I may add also, the second right. So one of the things that we're trying to do right in this synonymous with the right society, and that was a common what's it called, like not position, but like a type of input that has put in the mind stories to be able to take the brains out and essentially make flour, right? And feel exactly. So you don't hear that anymore. Then you decide, okay, now it's now get and turn back to the Lord. But that's a wrong attitude. You not to wait until like you can access grocery stores and can't go to the mall or whatever to get that situation. Once you can one right now when you think about it, right? Because there's going to be a time well you won't find these tremendous profits, right?
Oh, like there's no like different which is the old and later the all night with this the whole lot of being old being like being cultures and then I would say the old they can just be old because they run and try to go find and the Lord. So in churches now, in the like the Bible studies, but you like didn't know the code teaching, like you can, most like already the whole down. Yeah.
Like a good example of that would be say when he was a fan. I would Denzel Washington because Denzel Washington recently this year, now he wants to get baptized and all that kind of stuff. Silver, yeah.
Right, yeah, the scene requires a sacrifice, right? So you gotta keep up your operating, right? It says also, uh, says they think the Lord will do nothing to them, either good or bad. All right, that's a lot of people in the mindset. Oh, yeah, that. You know, God would do that. Yeah, God would put, God would put them, that baby death. That was something. Yeah, right. That's what they put it on, but
It's true. Let's see. It's just a lesson.
yeah. But those usually we saw on the fence and yeah, smack the bricks off the gym. Yeah, so it's not my business. Yeah, yeah, not my job. Yeah, yeah, your Jesus didn't come for you, man. Your little plane ride. Yeah, didn't come, man. Yeah, yeah.
He's gonna jet to holiday.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Don't want Jamaica jet to holiday without one. All of look up in the sky. Yeah, yeah, exactly. What that.
Ezekiel, a little bit of verse 2. Read. Says, then said he unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in the city, which say it is not near, let us build houses.
Yeah, it's not near. What's not near? Just the Lord's judgment. All right, or the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, yeah. Right? Right. Us trying to get right before the Lord delivers us. Right? And who's the wicked men? The wicked men of our nation, right? The leaders of our nation. So it's telling our people, you know what? We can build up here. We can build up in Babylon. Yeah, right? Right. 30 years, couple years. Yeah, thousands of crazy thoughts, bro. Nah, that's wicked, man. Right. Like honestly, I'm just saying in the spirit, 10 years max in the spirit. But even then, you see what I'm saying? Well, I mean, whatever. I'm not saying if we have to do it, we gotta keep going. It is what it is. But but like you guys talking about putting on people's days. Yep. And don't quote me on 10 years max. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't quote me on that. I'm just speaking in the spirit. But really, this thing is people speaking up, man. I'm going based off of Trump's term. I think Trump is the one to really bring it in. Really. You know what I'm saying? Bring it Usher and World War III, all of that, man. So really 4 years, you know what I mean? But really hastening the day, really 4 years. Term is 4 years. If you can get it done in 4 years, then shit. You got what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say, like, to add to that point of what you see now, ever since he's been in office, he's a lot more civil war. Like between like America and all these different, like the different facets, different divisions within America, and you see that even a lot with the other they seen it in I think it was Ireland, you've seen it in Germany, all these countries now have a very strong trend for against immigration. Right. You start to see like there's a stirring of the pot going on ever since Trump's been in office.
And I also don't believe like this is the time where in America at least I don't see the Democrats getting back into power. I don't just with the rep. You know what I mean? Like if there's another term, I think they're gonna go Republican again. Yeah, they're gonna just to keep that iron fist on these niggas. Right, that iron fist. Yeah, on you niggas, man. This is the end, man. Yeah. All right, you niggas been we don't want another liberal government. No, exactly. To lull you guys back to sleep. Right? Because that's all the liberals did. That's all the Democrats did was lull you Israelites back to sleep, man. Yeah. They let you continue in your wickedness. You have your sanctuary cities. You can run them up in these sanctuary liberal cities, right? Yeah. Now, Trump is sending the National Guard through your hood, your city. I don't see no liberal government coming back in power like that in America. Just iron fist only, man. Draconian laws. Yeah, our draconian laws. That's it. You know what I'm saying? People are really gonna have a fit when our laws get it. Man. You're screaming and wailing. Yeah, that's right.
That's what you're saying. That's why Israel understand that because most of his judges have been using the sword. That's why he's coming pressing on you because you're the most isolated people. So he's using the sword, which is Shadito, right? To put the pressure on you, right? To put you through straits, to put you through all these things. Now you have the determined capital ice, right? That's going to put fingers. Now you're having where you're flapping around losing their job. Right? Now you're getting brought back to your low state where it's been all these things are happening because you guys are being fucking disobedient. You want to fucking listen. So he's like, okay, I had enough. So what the other thing is doing? I hope it stays like that because the person's being pressing you,
Yeah.
fucking pressing you.
And even when this is the thing, when the Republicans were in power, they weren't really putting pressure on shit like that back in the day, man, in the US. Yeah, they had laws, Reagan and all, they had their doing the deceptive CIA shit on, don't get me wrong, and whoever else, and who was that bitch? Was it Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton? It's Hillary Clinton. Name of the predators. The three-strike rule was her. Was Bill and Hillary. Okay, yeah. Well, they were Republicans, right? Yeah. They were Democrats. Oh, yeah, they were Democrats. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, God. Right.
Okay, there's no difference between.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so lucky. I made a mistake.
There's no difference.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
forgive me. I'm pretty.
I gotta sharpen up on my US history. What you're saying, they do it for sleight of hand, but they think this side looks better, but then they still push their.
Yeah, that's weird.
Right. Yeah, right. This side seems better than that side, but they still push their agenda.
Right. One side fucks the children up.
Yeah.
And put a bunch of like homo soft, good on the men.
Yeah.
The other side is just all out wicked.
Yeah.
Has no balance, no judgment. He thinks he's a Christian, right? It's in that. Yeah, he just thinks he's the most righteous man on the planet Earth, while not keeping the laws, right? He looks down on you. Other people are thinking he's a Christian. Yep. Oh, yeah. That's the other side of the coin. Yep. Go to full out over righteousness, man. Yeah. Right. One's a weirdo and the other one's over righteous. So there's no balance to either. Yeah. No balance. That's right. So you shouldn't be in power at all.
Just running.
Just living in the times and in the spirit, we're speaking in spirit. It's done. It's a wrap for all that liberal shit.
Yeah, it is, no? Because stuff when you start coming right back into who he really is.
Yeah, it's time for him to
roll back up.
Yeah.
So it's over, no? Go ahead. Title is pretending he's the. Yeah. So it says, verse 3, which say it is not near, let us build houses. This city is the cauldron, and we be the flesh.
That's right. You want to just marinate in wickedness, except Esau as he is, and go along with the bullshit, with the laws, and it is what it is, and I just want to be good here and bring my kids, and go along with it.
Right. Also, I think it's happened, right? With the so-called luxury, recently it's possible. I want to actually being ready. So when you call you're ready, you get ready for it. But when they saw that they came at work, nothing happened. That's what's going to this kind of sunset from being ready. But I'm here. Actually, you don't turn that spirit to be ready. Now you see, okay, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening, but sometimes we have a couple of it. So that's actually part of the that's like good. Getting like where you don't really like the luxury hit time, but you don't take your emotion. I think you take it anymore. Before the I had a fix it, but now that came out. It took a rough it. What's been out that tried to like call it. You don't bullshit. So these guys. I haven't vaccine.
That's what you're saying, brother. And also on the other side, it leaves room for the truth because now you've been telling you guys that these Christians that you're such bullshit. Been saying that and telling you bullshit, these Christ not real, but now you got exposed. That's right. But now these Christ not real. Where is he? It's a theory that he's not real. So you believe in full doctrine where it's pulled up, I was a rapture, and after you guys did accept it was a tribulation. Nothing happened. So that tells you it's all bullshit. So then now it leaves you open to go something out.
Yeah,
right? Some of you are not going to come in 50, but some of you are.
Yeah.
Right? No, you don't believe in it.
So they get the scripture to back you up. Mark 13 and 29. How would I say? So ye in like manner when ye shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the door. What's nigh? The end of this kingdom, the end of these rulership. Right? Go ahead. It says, verily I say unto you that this generation shall not pass till all these things be done. Heaven and earth, that's right. This generation shall not pass. This is the last generation. Okay? We're gonna live. This is the lifetime that we're gonna live to see the end of this Esau's fall, man. That's right. Okay, that's right. This is it, man. We're not gonna be here. You know, another generation not gonna pass, raise up. We're gonna pass away, and they're gonna be teaching. No, this is going down in our lifetime, and I wholeheartedly believe in that. And so these Christians, all I have Christian friends. They all spoil my kids. They're gonna serve more for the future. They're the ones that have to do it. Yeah, they're gonna come and see their children, and their children have children. You know, I had a friend who told me this like a couple of years ago, right before right in the middle of the pandemic, when we were going, back and forth with the whole, like doctrine, he's coming challenge or whatever, right? And he's telling me like, oh, that's not gonna happen in our time. Our children are gonna do the well, it's here now. Digital IDs here in England, man. They're both implemented. So what are you gonna say about that? Yeah, right. What are you gonna say about that? It's here. Yeah, and the thing about the digital ID, that they're already saying that's already hackable. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So what does that mean? You have to get to see him. Yeah. They're gonna privatize it. They're gonna privatize that. The UK government. And same with the Canadian government. They're gonna have to privatize all of these things. They can't afford to actually implement this system without privatizing. So they have to get it done by Palantir and all these different companies. Yeah? But that's unsecure. It's not secure. That could get hacked. And even the chip is going to get hacked. So that's why everything's going to come to naught anyway. It doesn't matter. The chip, the C-hip is going to get hacked. But there's still people, there's actual hackers that do this shit. You're not vigilante hacker. They live for this shit. They're going to be up on game. They're going to know you're going to get C-hip and then you're going to be glitching out and getting hacked. Money gone on your account or whatever. Who knows if you're going to live long enough for that? He's trying to sell it like, oh, you get this and you're going to be good. You're gonna have warmth and all that. Ain't gonna be no damn utopia. Yeah. Ain't gonna be no utopia when he really start implementing and see it. But the cancer. Yeah. The cancer, yeah. You see what I'm saying? When he start does implement this CEDIP, it's not gonna be mandatory right away. But it will be. And when it is, that's when it's done. Yeah. It's done. They've already done this before. 5 years ago. Yeah. You don't understand. And even data they collected after that, how much studies they've done, see the psyche of the people, how they react. Okay, this is what we're going to do. You know what I mean? This is what we're going to do to curb that situation and, handle it better. And then we're going to implement this law, curb free speech and, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Man. That's right. Yep. This is what, for the men of the Lord, this is what that's on our mind. We're preparing our mind. Right, for what's about to happen. Other people just all give up sitting in the park. Yeah, right. You're shopping, good times, smoking, whatever the fuck you're doing right now. Right, stealing, murdering each other. Yep. Well, the karma to the Lord are watching and praying. Yep. Trying to be delivered. That's right. So, big difference. All right. Proverbs 29, verse 18, and it says, where there is no vision to be prepared. That's right. But he that keeps the law after his eating. And we're paying attention to what's actually going on, paying attention to our enemies. Because we understand what's behind enemy lines, and our enemies coming up with these tactics to try and get at us. Right? So we're looking at paying attention to the decrees, laws, because we're illuminated in righteousness. Yeah. Right? That's what makes us wise. A lot of our people are not wise. They're wise and evil, but we're good, they have no knowledge. Yep. This is Proverbs 27. And 12. Prudent man foresees the evil and hideth himself, but a simple path on and are punished. Right? But these are the prudent men right here. Right? We see what to come. And we're trying to hide ourselves from the wickedness by the into the statutes. Right? Hopefully the Lord will forgive our sins and deliver us from son, right? But the rest of our people, two-thirds of our people, they're just willy-nilly out and about. Right?
foolish pretty much is pretty much self-ruin at the end of the day. But while the wise man pretty much prepare his mind, prepare his heart. You know? I do think like you like other brother said about no perish. And people are gonna perish and just keep perish because the vision, you get the vision, the prophets. Right. So that's to remove them. That's called seers back in the time, right? So since seers who have the vision are being removed, and people are gonna perish. Yeah. So you guys that didn't get the vision from this with seers, right? You're gonna die because you don't know what's going on. So when it comes on the TV, or like you say, you're not gonna know. You were told, but you're not gonna understand, right? Even though they gave you the breakdown and understanding what it is, it wasn't given to you because most likely you wasn't brought up earlier where I don't speak on TV without a book for it. Yep. So it's already revealed to you what it is, but you didn't take it seriously. So now when it comes, right, the visionaries are gone, seers are gone, right? You already told this, so then you're gonna get jacked up. So when the whole piece presented to you, right, you go and take it. You can never say that I was ever told that things are gonna go. You can never say that because you weren't told because they would die. Go to the most high, say, oh no. When you walk by those men, they're telling you you have this MOPV, don't take it. That was me talking. Yeah, the Lord's gonna bring the flashback. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or you saw on YouTube the title, you clicked on it, spot. Yeah. Ezekiel 3:26. And this is going to be happening to all the prophets that you see on the corner. I'm not going to see a second thing, man. Ezekiel 3:26. I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth. That's right. That thou shalt be dumb.
And I can't wait.
Okay? What will happen?
I know. It's like you on the ground. I don't know
You're
you're
not
talking
going to shoulder shrug, man. What does your Bible say? People that got you. Brother, can you break this down for me, man? I know I saw you on the highways and byways. I saw you over there. Nah, that wasn't me, bro. Wasn't me, brother. Yeah, Shaggy. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. And shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house.
That's right. And that goes to when even not just the Israel, but the Esau, when he tried to hem up some of the men of the Lord, looking for answers. Huh? You got shit to say. You got everything that you know everything about us.
Yeah.
You know what we're about. You know what Yahweh Shai is about. You know his MO. Okay. You know the gospel. You know what I'm saying? You know who the kingdom of heaven is for.
Right.
You know, it's chosen people. Right? Israelites. So we have nothing to say.
Go ahead. This is Isaiah 13:2. Lift you up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them. Take the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in his highness. So it says they were going to be pretty much brought into the gates of the noble. The brother mentioned these Edomites, they're going to drift us up. They're going to bring us into the high courts. They're going to ask us questions. They're going to torture us, whatever the case may be. But hey, God, it is what it is. Right? You know who we are. We got our information. Yeah, right? You know what we're about. Yeah. So there's no point of dripping us and asking us questions, man. Yeah. What we prophesy is going to happen. That's it.
And to add on to that, right? When Esau's going to come with the smear campaign, the lion, he's going to come with the semantics, gaslighting, and all these things. And then he's going to want you to talk to him. Yeah, I'm with my mouth shut, though. I have nothing to say. When somebody, it's just like when you get into it with somebody, they do you wrong, but they come with the semantics, they come with gaslighting, saying they didn't do it, blah blah blah. How can you argue? Like, how can you go back and forth with somebody like that? You can't. You see what I'm saying? Just save your energy, right? Like, all right, be a bigger person, and just whatever. Put a curve on, keep it moving, whatever, depending on the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, just keep it moving. You can't go back and forth with people that play games. So, and Esau, that's all he wants to do, play games. What's fun? Sports. Yeah? It's all a game, man.
They're trying to trip you up and get emotional.
Yeah. I have nothing to say, bro. I have nothing to say. Yes or no. Let your yay be yay. You know what I'm saying? You know what we're about. I know. Don't do it. There, no, that's it.
Fine.
You know what we're about. Don't bump around. Then?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Let me see. In the book of 2 Peter 3, verse 3. Yeah, so say
Say, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and say, where is the promise of his coming? But since the fathers first believed, all things continue as they were from the beginning. Of the creation.
Fun, time. But not something what is nice. Well, you know, it's change a dream. Yeah, on the put it holidays next year. You know? You want the sands of chicken or whatever you use. Yeah? So you guys get everything is all yeah. I mean, people can go wherever you want, jet set, you know, all across the earth, you know, backpacking, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know? Or go to streets, you know? Yeah. So wherever you have in your mind, I gotta be in all these places. Yeah, you know? So you think the Lord ain't coming back? Not everybody. So we want to do we want people to be in a state of burden, happiness, joy, good, fun times, and that. He's really, if you want to go on a whole thing, is more because serotonin that goes through the good, it's time. On speaking of the Bible, good time, everything always drains, blah, right? While wickedness is happening, right? While wickedness is happening to the face, you know, it's really certain. Yeah, don't be like getting this adrenaline. Yeah, drunking you up. Drunk you up with adrenaline, and you gotta be doing something. You gotta be on the phone. You go to church. Yeah, we're doing wickedness here, but turn your eye that way. You know what I'm saying? But even though they're turning the eye that way, the people that are going that way, it's just no wickedness over there. Now, some days, like he's on program the people that it's so these like conditioning people to accept certain sins as it's okay. We can go this. You know, so when you find out about like something and all that weird shit that you start doing, yeah, now everybody's like, oh, yeah, what are you doing? You're committing adultery. You know what I'm saying? You start normalize certain shit like you know all type of abomination. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you're not no better than you saw. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, or your boss is yeah. Right? Everything that you saw pretty much doing right now, they're being exposed. You already got people that don't know. Right. Yeah. Now you want to be the most righteous. Right. This, but all you niggas be doing that in breakdowns. Yeah. What you doing? What did you doing this in the night? Yeah. Right. On chewing out on your college campus when you go to party. Go to your fucking your little just holiday. Yeah, your pool parties. Right, I've seen videos running trains. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. That's just a low, yeah, it's a lower form, bro. Yeah, like, videos doing it. See there running trains on women or whatever. You know, wicked shit, right? You have your father the devil, right? Yeah, his father. Yeah. God damn it. Yeah. Right? So this shit rolls downhill. Yeah. Says for since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning. Right. So you have like a this like no generation and came by like God the moment you get time for that stuff of music. Like World War One, World War Two. Okay, came 2000, that was a better time. Like all these things came to happen in the past, like we know that in the end, of course, all the people content board because like how the logics. Go do the board. The structure of the people. So those things happen at the same time in your lifetime. That's how it goes. It's got to be in relation. When they all the things like people happen together at the same time, like all like you said, like not bad years. Since the pandemic happened, that's when got hyped up. Like emotions. That's how good these are that time. Now I'm like, okay, go back and partly makes my visa, which is the most I support, is going to be able to like I was mentioning earlier, you have guys go down to office and other things go by. You like look, so fine, critical, that's your body. What your body when the lockdowns come.
right? Lock you up. They're like, oh, I need my fix. I used to do this. And so they're like, okay, well, you can do it. You start thinking about TV. That's it. Just take this. You can go do whatever you want to do. I'm going to do it. Yeah. That's why in the lockdowns 5 years ago, people were bugging out just because they didn't do the normal stuff you were doing before. Yeah. After they just ran fucking, just keep things.
Party and fucking travel. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Nothing else will take it away from you.
No.
Yeah. Spend time with your family. That's it. There's gonna be in the house with your husband or your wife. That's it. We're gonna get fucking beat up. Yeah, so that's you know what I'm saying? Sports is grandkids. You know, people are getting these husband and wives are going at each other's necks. Right? Daughters and sons are hating parents. You know? Yeah, with domestic violence went up. Yeah, right. IP went up. You know? Yeah. It's been part of the question. Yeah. I especially women on women. Yeah. You know? Yeah. That went up, man. Yeah. That exposed that bullshit. Right? No, because women are overly emotional, right? Here it is, you have one woman acting like a man, quote unquote, right? But you're a woman, you have emotions, right? So there's two emotional experiences that you guys are get into. Yeah. They always say two Borax or two boys can live in one man. How about two bitches can live in the same house? Yeah. Right? That can get without the proper rule of a man. Yeah. That's what is the so actually you got close to 5 minutes anyway, so that see if anybody have to answer your stuff, you know, answer yes, or some of the judges says the section of the was 3, it says which say it is not near one of those houses in cities is the cauldron and living the flesh was 4. Therefore, all of the something that witchy. So you want to be in the cesspool of wickedness, witchcraft, you know, absorbing all the CIA witchcraft. Indulging in things. Yeah. You know? That's wicked, man. Right? Right? Pushing that vibration on the Israelites. They're enemies to Jake. They're going to Jake. They work with the CIA, man. Okay. I just think of the word culture. Yeah. And one of the definitions of said is situation characterized by its ability with product lessons. President actually called this time. So it's a very situation that's one of the most right. It's like it's English. Right. Openly most of the yeah. Like a perfect one of the experiment. Yeah. Experiment doing this. Experiment. That's what they call the prediction. They call it the project. There, watch it from afar, see how it's nice. You know, it's true. They come to find it on the house and that woman on. You know, and see how the children gonna raise up. If they have children at all, put them. Yeah. No. This is what we recorded. Yeah, we set it up that way, right? That's just his black shop. Yeah, going to pass because you knew that was going to happen. You just want to see how much. Yeah, how much it was going to happen. Yeah, broken household. Put it in here. Yeah, you might see 800,000. Oh, cool. You know how they are. But it's very bad the problem. Like you look at this, like look at the effect at the beginning, you think the end. Like that's when the beginning, it's fixed in the beginning, the fake, or the fake at the beginning, the beginning to the end. Right. You want on this side, that's not before. Yeah. The thing like a fake, then the brand new, you know, what things don't go like right? I'm like, what things don't go like this? What is it? Look good. Yeah, specific something right now. So it says, therefore, prophesy against them, prophesy for son of man, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh, fell upon me and said to me, speak thus to the Lord Yahweh.
That's how he said also Israel, for I know the things that come to the mind. Every one of them, you have multiplied, it was slain in the city, and you have filled the streets, Jehovah, the slain.
Honor we stay here, the more we die. Everything here is meant to destroy us. That's it, you know, spiritually. All right, come, everything is meant to destroy us. Oh, but I was trying to set up. Yeah, but I even have. How could we have more than one generation after us? Things that we can have more like prices of products today, but how do you- that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Real shit. So coming to the top, oh, you want that, is that. Let's say if it happens, it happens, whatever it is, you know, just whatever. Yeah. But like people that with a logical mindset, they're not going out their way. They're not going out their way to have children. Right? But there's so much uncertainty in this economic future, right? You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm not saying what people tell you. You might have friends that oh you got to blah blah. And you know, I'm not saying like I said, if it's not for the women, us for the will be okay. You know, we get there and we just say, oh, they get a wife. You know, the bitch gonna always pressure you, man. Yeah. You know, because if it's the brothers are not gonna, because we know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? We gotta try and make ourselves, you know, like as comfortable as possible, right? uh, pretty much the rough and tumble. You know, because if you have children and a wife, and the things to come, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard with you by yourself. You have to try to try to find a wife for a family, for a young child, man. It's not easy, man. So if it's up to us, it's not really up to us. If we have children, it's up to the Lord, man. You know, at the end of the day. Yeah. And at the end of the day, right? Typically say, you know, women will say, God, God, it's gonna be women that are gonna be out. That's it. Even in our time. Yeah, right? It's just, you know, like I said, from a logical standpoint, you know, God. You know, as a man, that's part of our, you know, it's not the most economic, it's not speed, let's got it, whatever, got it like that. But the things to come, money ain't gonna solve it. God, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Food is more important than money. Like, you can't get food, you have money in the pocket, you know, the money, you know? Good. Wisdom of Solomon 4:1, and it says, "Better it is to have no children than to have and have, but the memorial thereof is important, because it is known with the Most High and with men, when it is present, and take example at it, and when it is gone, they desire it, and wear it a crown, and triumphant forever, having got the victory, striving for undefiled rewards." Like, so there's gonna be a situation where it's uh, like children are really yeah, they're just right. It's important. No, but in terms of like practical, understand even God, helping you say he's not right for punch, right? Why should this out? Destroy that. You want to destroy yourself, and that's going to put out a hammer on you. So that's a responsibility, right? And then you have the vision to understand what you're really going to do. Look what happened 5 years ago. Well, a lot of these children were taken over, and then they were put in online classes, online. You have to help you. You have to worry about them too, because they were listening, protesting this thing, but coming after your children. Where's the accountability? Remember that? They did say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did say that. We're forgetting that. It's a beautiful point. These things. Yeah, it's high school, right? Out of yeah, that's right. We get this last one. First Samuel 1:8, then said El Kanah, or her husband to her, Hannah, why weepest thou? Why eatest thou not? Why is thy heart grieved? Am not I better to thee than 10 sons? More than have children. Right? So, you know, women are gonna come through these times, and whatever, you know, they're gonna have like, so I think it's the spirit, right? It's all the spirit, you know. But with that, we'll close up. Give all glory, honor, and praise to you. The Almighty, Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Hakadosh. From Yahshua, Abad Baba, Shalom. No. Yeah,
Good, good.